What is good, y'all? It is Friday. It is currently 8:59, February 20th. Just once again, just another raw, unedited, live morning of mine. So we're just gonna hop straight into it. Actually, let's go over news real quick. So coming in for today for news, we had 8:30 news. Just two red folders really shouldn't impact us too much. We might have had like a small move from it. And then we have 9:45 PMI coming out, which we will keep an eye on and keep that in mind. So 9:45 PMI. So looking on over to the charts here. On the daily, we still have this daily fair value gap looking like it is holding. It looks like we are getting some legs out of it. Dropping down to the 4 hour here. You can see we built price action, we generated, and we slowly are getting our way up out of there. Last night I marked out this SMT. After ES took sell side, we put this SMT in. I wanted to see if we could get back up to buy side potentially, but it looks like we have not. So I'm going to delete this. Keep that there. Let's mark out this internal low here. Keep that there. Just trying to clean up the charts as best as I can. So now looking at this here, what I see first is I see us get this, right? So we have manipulation here. This internal high gets taken on the 1 hour. Pretty more clean on NQ. Bang, gets taken. We then see us get through this 1 hour gap here. And then we see us put this change in the state into the downside. Okay. So that we get at about 6, and then we see us just continue lower. We now have taken sell side here. So sell side gets taken, we put in SMT. Mark this out on ES as well. Change the state. Continue lower, boom, SMT gets put in, right? We also have this 1 hour gap right here. We also have this one above here that I'll mark out. Delete this, mark out this one. Boom. Okay, so now let me clean this up a little bit. So I want to see what we do here, right? We now have sell side that got taken with an SMT. On a higher time frame, we have these 1 hour gaps resting here. We have buy side resting inside of them. Buy side here. Buy side here. Same deal on ES. Now, with this SMT that we put in, we could see rebalance higher, right? And with a rebalance higher, if for me to catch that move, I'd have to see my model, but just on a lower time frame, right? But this 15-minute gap is here, right? So the cleanest time frame that I can see is this 15-minute, because we have this big gap that we opened up on the way down. It looks like from 8:30 news, right? So 8:30 news opened, we get this big gap down, we open up this 15-minute gap. I want to see what we do, right? Do we come in here? Do we generate? Right? Just what do we do? You know? So one thing that I want to keep an eye on here is this internal high. Well, let me mark this out over here first. Bang. Okay. So just marking this out here. I want to see what we do off of this. Because we can potentially put an SMT in here. So the cleanest model is the 3 minute here, right? So we don't necessarily have to rebalance all the way back up higher. We don't have to rebalance to this hourly gap because we already tapped and filled it on NQ. So we could get up to buy side and look to soup, rebalance this equilibrium, which is where buy side is resting, get up there and soup, right? But really, this 15-minute range could be all that we need, right? So we're not yet at equilibrium. So with this SMT that gets put in, I just want to see what we do, and I want to see if we can get lower, get through this gap potentially, and put in a change here to the downside. Because with that, then I'd slap a short on there, just targeting lower, potentially standard deviation, internal low, and go from there. We have this low as well that did not get taken yet, and then sell side all the way down lower. I prefer something more internal, right? Like a 2 minute or a 1 minute, but there's just nothing for me here. If we get this here, right, and then we also get this inverse, that could be a potential short. Just a little pre-market short if we get through this inverse. You see the same thing on ES with our change, and then here. Because if we want to go higher, even if we want to manipulate this internal high, this fair value gap is going to hold, right? If we can look to potentially go to the internal low, then this fair value gap would probably most likely get ran through. So I just want to see what we do. Like I said in yesterday's video, I don't necessarily look for pre-market trades too much. Like I gotta be really crystal clear in my face, high quality. But there are times where I will just take, some stabs here, like here and there, if it is clean, right? Because at the end of the day, the model is the model, the algorithm is the algorithm. All New York is just a bowl, like a toilet bowl of volume that just gets flushed into the market. So if the draw is correct, all 930 will do is just push price to that draw. So ES came to equilibrium, so that is important. That's one thing to note. ES did rebalance to equilibrium, took buy side. We have an SMT. So this could be potentially a clean. This potentially could be a clean pre-market trade, right? We're in a higher time frame, 15-minute gap on both ES and NQ. ES took buy side, NQ did not. We put in an SMT and we rebalanced back to equilibrium of the range. And on the higher time frame, we're looking very bearish. 1 hour held bearish here, and we'll just see what we do. The only thing is we do have a SMT, a bullish SMT that got put in after the NQ ran lower and took this internal low. So ideally, if we're bullish, I'd want to see us get through this gap. I'd want to see us start getting legs up, nice legs up through this gap. So there's both sides here, and I'm just going to take what the market gives me. I'm not going to take what I think is going to happen or how I feel. I'm just going to take what the market gives me. So if the market gets through this gap, that's giving me enough confidence to short. What probably stops at this fair value gap's high. That's my confidence level. Just the internal sell side, and just because of where we are and what we did. Also, pre-market is not moving bad today at all. It actually is looking pretty clean. So that's also another reason why, I'm kind of keeping my eyes open here. But we'll see if we get through this gap. We'll see what we do. I want to really focus on my patience on the day. Last 2 days, I could have definitely had a bit more patience, but I just want to focus on it and focus on my habits, my decision making, and see what we do. So see if we get through this here. Looks like we pull back. We're not going to. Oh. So that is a close through. So I'm gonna take a stab there. Sell a couple more. So we're risking about 205 bucks here. Let me see. Let me just measure this leg here. So we're gonna go majority at sell side, and then just one standard deviation. Let's leave it to the 4 here. And then as far as break even goes, we have this low here that I'd probably be break even at. So I'm gonna go break even here at this low. Targeting sell side. And then I'm looking to leave a runner down here to the 4, just because we do have sell side below, and there is a possibility we can see some legs down. There's a possibility we can see a nice follow through at open. It's kind of like an expansion, especially with news. So, like I said, just keep one con just running here. I'm not, taking full TP down here. Just one con, but I'm just kind of thinking like how I can position myself here. So, take majority off here, and then, yeah, I mean, this is clean. This 2 is a factor here, can be a factor, but I'm already going to be at break even and have profits taken at sell side. So, it's going to let this rock out. Yeah, I really want one of those like big ass, like huge fucking curved monitors. Like, see, I play games too, so it'd be kind of booty for gaming, what I play at least. But that shit would be so dope to see the charts, like that much of the charts, I should say. Like, that shit would be fire. So it looks like break even gets hit. Boom, break even gets hit. So I'm just trying to see, because we have this 3-minute gap here. So I don't know if exactly I want to put my stop at break even, because there's really nothing here protecting us if you look. Right, the next thing that's protecting us is this 3-minute gap. So I'll put my stop above that 3-minute gap, risking 50 bucks, which is super, super good risk. Super clean. I'll put this in the middle actually. See if we can get this final flush down to sell side here, internal low. Why I'm taking majority off and not like 75% or like half off at this low is because if you look, right, we have SMT here, right? So looks like it's taken. We have a SMT, okay. Let me actually mark this low out, because on ES this could be, hello? I don't know why it's not, my magnet isn't working. So I'll mark this out. But the reason why is because we have an SMT, right? So we take sell side, and then this is the internal low. So literally for my model, like, it's just on a higher time frame, but that's what I want to see. So let's say this is sell side here. We take, all right, let me draw this out like this. So if this is internal low here, and then we take sell side to the left of us here. So this leg takes sell side, we see us run higher just like we did. I want to see us then return to the internal low, right, to manipulate. And then if we want to head lower, like I said, we could flush. I'll let the market do its thing. But if we want to just manipulate internal low to then run higher, that's opportunity. I'm protected. I'm at break even with profit secured. So it's just positioning yourself. That's all it is. And I'm just gonna take what I'm confident in here. It's Friday, so I'm just gonna take to the 2. Okay. I'm just trying to think of, like, factors. So TP gets hit there, and then we're just looking for the 2. So now we're full break even. And I'm just looking for the 2, like I said. Just because I'm just thinking here, right? Last 2 days, we had 2 losing days. Okay. And it's Friday. So boom, full TP gets hit. A 1 to 2, a 1 to 2.57. So that's clean. Definitely clean on the day. So yeah, that is fucking it. Super quick trading video. And just for transparency here, like, this account, I have 3 copy trading. We're back at about 51k. We were up like 1.9k, I think, total on the account. But I was having a rough patch, a rough week, not even a rough week, a rough couple days coming into these accounts, right? So I ended up being down like about 900. So then I grew the account all the way, and then the last 2 days we took some L's, but I don't even focus on my balance. I don't look at my balance at all. Typically I'll just do this. I'll hide my balance so it's not even out of sight, out of mind. I don't even focus on it. I don't worry about it. I don't care about it. And that's just because it's not important. Sometimes, you'll make decisions based off of how your balance is looking. You want it more, you want it fucking a little bit higher than what it's at, and then you get fried. Right? You get fucking fried. You get torched. So for me, I'm a victim of that for sure. But you know, this is just what I do. Also, I full screen here on topstep. So it same deal. It just helps me not excuse me, it helps me not look at my balance. Like eventually, like I can trade with a balance. I can trade with a balance in my face. But just day to day, I'd rather just keep it out of mind because it's not important. Like you shouldn't be trading based on your balance. You should be trading based on your model, based on your system, based on what you know, not your balance, right? And if you're trading with based on what you know, you don't need to be looking at all your information above you. You don't need to be looking at how much you're up, how much you're down, what your balance is, your minimum, your max loss. Like you don't need to be looking at that, bro. All you need to be looking at is this right here and how much risk you have on. And if this fits in your textbook of what your day should look like, then bro, there's absolutely no need to be looking at all the unnecessary shit. That's just gonna look. They put this shit here, like yes, like it's a balance, right? It's a P&L, but I don't. Like I said, I'm not gonna rant about it too much because it's really not that big of a deal. Like if you want your balance on there, you can have it. But me, I just prefer to just hide it. And yeah, but I'll just go over this trade one last time before I end this off here. It's a nice early day, great time to get off the charts. Fucking, we're done. It's already what time was I done? 9:15. So 15 minutes before market open, and we're already done. Like I said, this isn't really too often that I do this, but when it's clear and when it's there, just like this, you take it with confidence. So we'll start here on the 15 minute. on both ES and NQ. Let me break this down. So we'll start on the 1 hour. The 4 hour really isn't anything. So this big gap is a daily gap that we're delivering out of, and you can see we're just getting bearish, order flow out of this gap. Okay, bearish order flow. That's all we're getting from these daily gaps, right? Buy side, buy side, buy side. We're generating buy side, buy side, buy side. We run internal high, right? So we take buy side overnight. What do we see? We see us get through this 1 hour gap, and we get through this change in the state to the downside. We're bearish. After we get this, I can expect us to then run to the opposing liquidity pool, which is sell side down here, right? Same thing on NQ. Change in the state, boom, we get to sell side quickly and efficiently. We open up a hourly gap on the way down. We come back, we fill it, we tap it. If this is not tapped and this is not filled and we just are here, I would be pretty long to that unfilled gap, because unfilled gaps are like draws, right? So on the 15, then what do? I come down to the 15. I see, okay, we tapped this 1 hour, we displaced out of it lower, we took sell side. Now, what do we want to do? Okay, what do we want to do? I'm not just like, I'm long. Sell side got taken, SMT, I'm long. No, because that doesn't make sense, right? So what makes sense is after sell side gets taken, we put this SMT in here. ES is the lagging index, NQ is the one that took sell side, but it doesn't really matter in this case, right? Because what I'm looking at is a lower time frame. So what am I looking at? Exactly what I always look at. If we have a nice fair value gap, I'm looking for generated buy side, or if it's a nice bullish fair value gap, generated sell side, if I'm looking for the opposing direction. Okay, so what do? Well, I mark it out and I see ES takes this high, NQ does not. So that's ringing a bell, right? Something in my mind is like ding ding ding, like this is, keep an eye on this. Okay, what else? ES is at equilibrium beautifully, absolutely perfectly. We rebalance to equilibrium, is resting right at buy side. We tap the 15-minute fair value gap, and we have an SMT. This is absolutely A plus. Absolutely A plus. It doesn't matter if it's 6 in the morning, if it's 10 o'clock, if it's 9:30 open. This is A plus. This is my model. Excuse me. This is my system. This is my model. This is what I trade. Okay. So what then do? Well, taking all that into consideration, I scale to the 1 minute, right? Now typically I'm looking for something, well, like this, like the 1 hour, right? I'm looking for this. I'm looking for a leg up that opens up a fair value gap and takes buy side, for me to then see us get an inverse fair value gap and a change in the state in the opposing direction. Well, we don't really have that on any clear time frame, right? Besides the 3 minute. The 3 minute, we have this change in the state would be here, right? And then this is our fair value gap that we have open. But this is a big move, and my fill is going to be pretty scuffed, because we're not just going to close bloop, right at the change in the state. We're going to close like this. You got to remember, like, we're going to drag down. We're going to close through it. So my fill would have to be here. My stop would have to be above the imbalance at least, and then I'm targeting this low. Look at that RR. It's buns. Shitty RR. So what do I take instead? 2 minute, really nothing. Same type of deal. There's no really fair value gap. There's a small one that we have, but it's not too clean. Okay. 1 minute. Okay, well, what's on a 1 minute? Well, boom. This leg here on ES, you see us run higher one last time, take buy side. So I'm looking at that same exact leg on NQ. This is important. Same leg on NQ. It doesn't matter if NQ is the one that took it or not. Same leg. We put in the change. The change isn't enough. I'm not just entering on this candle right here. Why? Because we have this gap below us. We have this low resting inside the gap. We could get this change in the state, come down literally fucking 4 more points just to tap this 1 minute gap, or just to soup this low to then run higher, and then I'm stopped out because I didn't wait, right? So what do we get? We get a change, and then I said I want to see us close through this gap, right? Because if we want to go higher and we want to indeed get through this 15-minute imbalance here, after taking sell side and putting in this bullish SMT, this 1 minute is going to hold, and we're going to start to get some legs higher here and continue higher until our open will come and potentially just blast us through it, right? So it does not hold. It doesn't hold. What is this? Oh, standard deviation. It does not hold, and I just enter once we get through it. Because with this change getting put in and this fair value gap not holding, that's all I need to see for me to be confident that we're going to go to the opposing liquidity pool, which is sell side, standard deviation. That's what I'm targeting. And my break even is simply this low resting inside this 2-minute gap, right? And today I wasn't necessarily break even on the day, because for me to be break even, I need to have a nice legs down, and I need to have fair value gaps that open up in my favor to protect my break even, right? If price is pretty dang close, because if you look at this isn't too far, right? Break even and where my entry is, like, we could get one leg up, stop me out, and then continue lower. There's nothing protecting me, right? So I'm okay with risking and adjusting my stop to $55 of a loss above this 3-minute that I see open up, right? I'm looking for protection. What's going to protect me? So above this 3-minute, perfect, beautiful. Put my stop there. Let the market do its thing, and we get rewarded for our patience and our decision making, as well as confidence, right? Now you noticed I was looking for sell side, right? Just I'm taking my fruit. I'm not like, oh, sell side's here, but man, I want more money, so I'm gonna go with, yeah, TP1's gonna beat a 4, and then I'm gonna target sell side all the way down here. That's not realistic. Like, we're not doing that, right? So I'm taking my fruit. I'm taking sell side, which is internal low, which I explained. Like, once we take sell side, now we can potentially get some legs up here and reverse higher, because internal low has been taken, and now the model could really get put in to the upside, right? But that's what I'm targeting. So sell side gets taken, standard deviation is resting here, right? I was looking for the 4, but then I reminded myself, hey, it's Friday. You had 2 losing days, right? Let's just take what we're confident in, take our fruit, and get out. And that's what I do. So I just take standard deviation, because once standard deviation is this close to the draw, either standard deviation is like this, right? If standard deviation is like this, right above the draw, we're probably gonna boom bank standard deviation and the draw. And if standard deviation is a little below the draw, we're probably gonna bank the draw and then standard deviation. So you can expect a follow through on either one. But yeah, so that's the Friday. Like I said, we're up 428 across 3 accounts. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm out of here. I will be back Monday. Make sure y'all tune in. Let's see what Monday's looking like. Let's see what next week is just looking like. Okay, so we have a no news Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we could see some slow PA. Definitely on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll see, what we do, what we get, and then PPIs on Friday. So we'll see what next week brings. But for now, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day and my weekend. Hope you guys do as well. And I'll see you guys when I see y'all.